Have you ever looked at a man's face, traced the curve of his jaw, and wondered why some can grow thick, luscious beards while women seem to stay smooth-faced almost naturally? It's one of those little everyday mysteries that we rarely question, yet it's rooted deeply in biology, history, and culture. Beards are more than just facial hair. They are a symbol, a biological trait, and sometimes even a statement of identity. Today we will explore why men grow beards but women rarely do, right here on History of Simple Things. The answer begins with hormones, particularly one called testosterone. Testosterone is often called the male hormone, though both men and women have it in their bodies. In men, higher levels of testosterone, along with a more sensitive response of hair follicles to this hormone, stimulate the growth of facial hair. Hair follicles on the face respond to dihydrotestosterone, DHT, a derivative of testosterone, by thickening and elongating, creating the characteristic beard. Women, on the other hand, have much lower levels of testosterone. Their follicles are less sensitive to DHT, which means facial hair remains fine, soft, and sparse. This is why even when women have some facial hair, it rarely resembles a full beard. But biology doesn't tell the whole story. Evolutionary theory also offers an interesting perspective. Some scientists suggest that beards serve as a visual signal of sexual maturity and masculinity. In our ancestral past, a prominent beard could communicate strength, dominance, and the ability to protect and provide, which may have been attractive to potential mates. Women, biologically geared toward nurturing and childbearing, didn't evolve the same facial hair pattern. Instead, smooth facial skin may have served as a subtle cue of fertility and youth. Evolution, in a sense, played a role in shaping our appearance over thousands of years, favoring certain traits in men and others in women. History shows that beards have carried meanings far beyond biology. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs wore ceremonial false beards as a symbol of power, even when they were women, like Hatshepsut. In ancient Greece and Rome, a beard could signify wisdom, maturity, or social status. During the Middle Ages, knights often grew beards as a sign of manhood and courage. Conversely, in many societies, women were expected to maintain smooth faces, using everything from tweezing to early forms of wax to conform to social beauty standards. These practices were reinforced culturally long before modern cosmetics made facial hair removal routine for women. Interestingly, facial hair patterns vary greatly among individuals and populations. Genetics play a key role, not just hormones. Some men may struggle to grow a full beard even with high testosterone levels, while others sprout thick beards with seemingly minimal hormonal stimulation. Similarly, some women, especially those with certain genetic conditions or hormonal imbalances, may develop noticeable facial hair. A condition called polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, is one of the most common reasons women experience excess facial hair caused by higher levels of androgens, the family of hormones that includes testosterone. But in the vast majority of women, genetics and hormones work together to keep facial hair minimal. Modern society has added new layers to this discussion. In the last century, shaving became a widespread norm for men, and social pressure has kept women removing even the smallest traces of facial hair. Advertising and beauty standards promote the idea that a smooth face is synonymous with femininity, while beards for men often signal ruggedness, maturity, or fashion sense. Today we see trends shifting. Beards are celebrated in some circles as stylish and expressive, while others still view them as unkempt. For women, facial hair removal remains almost universal, showing how culture and biology intertwine in shaping what we see as normal. There's also an interesting scientific nuance. Not all facial hair is created equal. The coarse, thick hair that forms beards is called terminal hair, which develops in response to DHT. In contrast, women generally have more vellus hair, the fine, soft, almost invisible hair covering much of the body. During puberty, men experience a shift where vellus hair on the face transforms into terminal hair, while women experience only minimal changes. This is why the same basic follicles can produce very different results depending on hormonal context. Social and psychological research adds yet another layer. Studies have found that bearded men are often perceived as more dominant, aggressive, or even healthier. Women may subconsciously associate a beard with reproductive fitness or maturity, which can explain why some men invest so much effort into cultivating their facial hair. For women, smooth skin aligns more with societal and evolutionary cues of youth and fertility. These perceptions influence grooming choices, fashion trends, and even personal identity. A beard is rarely just hair. It communicates something about the person wearing it. Interestingly, there are cases in history and across cultures where women have grown beards, sometimes naturally and sometimes intentionally. Some religious traditions include stories of bearded women, and certain genetic conditions, as mentioned earlier, allow for natural facial hair growth. Yet these instances are exceptions, not the rule, highlighting just how tightly biology and society regulate this trait. It's a subtle dance between hormones, genes, and culture, producing the familiar patterns we see today. In the end, facial hair is one of those everyday phenomena that seems ordinary but carries extraordinary meaning. It's science, culture, and history all rolled into one strand of hair. And whether you shave, grow, or admire, understanding the story behind the beard can give you a new perspective on a feature that has shaped human identity for thousands of years. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.